US President Donald Trump and Chinese President Xi Jinping hold talks in Beijing. US President Donald Trump and his Chinese counterpart Xi Jinping today began what Trump termed as the biggest summit ever to discuss a wide range of issues, including the war in Iran and bilateral trade frictions. President Trump, who arrived in Beijing last night to a rousing reception, told Xi in their first meeting today that he looks forward to a big discussion with him. In his opening remarks today, Trump said that there are those who say this is maybe the biggest summit ever while having talks with Xi at the Great Hall of the People in Beijing. The US president said that the US and China are going to have a fantastic future together. The president is on a 3 day state visit to China. The first meeting between the two leaders lasted for more than 2 hours. Accompanying Trump on his trip to China are some of the US's top business leaders such as Nvidia's Jensen Huang, Tim Cook of Apple, Elon Musk of Tesla and SpaceX, and Larry Fink of BlackRock. Trump said that he will be asking President Xi, a leader of extraordinary distinction, to open up China so that these brilliant people can work their magic and help bring the People's Republic to an even higher level. Trump said that it will be his very first request when he meets the Chinese leader. Xi, who earlier welcomed Trump with a ceremonial guard of honor, said that he expects 2026 to be a historic landmark year that opens up a new chapter in China US relations. Xi, in his opening remarks, said that China and the US have more common interests than differences, noting that China and the US should be partners instead of rivals. Xi said that two countries should help each other succeed and prosper together and find the right way for major countries to get along well with each other. Talking about China US trade frictions, Xi mentioned that there is no winner in a trade war. The visit by President Trump comes amid growing economic and geopolitical uncertainties arising from conflicts in West Asia and the subsequent global energy shock that has taken a toll, particularly in Asia. Other than West Asia, the leaders of the two largest economies of the world are expected to focus on trade and tariffs, artificial intelligence and technology, Taiwan and US arms sales to Taipei, uh, and rare earth supply chains, among other things. Trump's visit to Beijing also follows months of renewed trade friction after the Trump administration imposed high tariffs on several Chinese goods. White tensions between the two have while the tensions between the two have also deepened over export control, advanced technology, and China's dominance in the rare earth supply chain. Ahead of Trump's arrival, Chinese Vice Premier He Lifeng and Scott Bessent completed the final round of trade negotiations in South Korea, details of which are not known. Trump was welcomed by Chinese Vice President Han Zheng at the airport, a rare honor that departed from usual diplomatic protocol. Trump's son Eric and his daughter in law Lara, as well as Musk, disembarked from Air Force One along with Trump. The two countries also plan to set up a board of trade with China to address differences between the countries. The global focus on the summit, however, would be on any possible outcome that could end the US Israeli war against Iran and end the blockade of the Strait of Hormuz. Roughly one-fifth of the world's total energy supplies pass through this narrow Gulf waterway. Ahead of Trump's visit, Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi made his first visit to Beijing after the war and held talks with his Chinese counterpart Wang Yi. After talks with Araghchi, Wang called on Iran to reopen the Strait of Hormuz as soon as possible, even as it appreciated Tehran's commitment not to develop nuclear weapons, a prime method of Trump to end the war. China's anxieties over the Iran was increased, especially after Trump imposed a blockade of Iranian ports, restricting Iran's oil exports to China. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you, everyone. Bye.